Let me ask you a very simple question. Can you really afford the property that you are planning to buy? Because most people think they can, but in reality, they are underestimating the actual cost. And this is one of the biggest mistakes I've seen among property buyers, especially first time buyers. When people talk about affordability, they usually only look at one thing, which is the monthly loan repayment. For example, they check with the bank, they got an approval, and they say, okay, my installment is around 1300 ringgit to 1500 ringgit. I can afford this. But what they don't realize is that is only one part of the total cost. Let me break it down for you. When you buy a property, you are not just paying the loan. You have to consider maintenance fees, sinking fund, insurance, assessment tax, quit rent, and sometimes even renovation or basic furnishing. And when you add everything together, your actual monthly commitment may be higher than what you have expected. Now, here's where the problem starts. If your income is tight and your expenses are already high, this additional cost can slowly become a burden. At first, you may feel okay, but after a few months, when unexpected expenses comes in, you start to feel the pressure. And if this is an investment property, the situation can become even worse because many buyers assume that rental will cover their installment. But what if the rental is lower than expected? Or what if the unit stays vacant for a few months? Now you are forced to top up every single month. So before you decide to buy any property, I want you to think about this properly. Don't just ask, can I get a loan? Or a better question, can I comfortably sustain this property for the next 20 to 30 years? A simple rule I always tell people is this: your property should not stretch your finances to the maximum. You need buffer because property is not a short term commitment, it is a long term financial responsibility. And this is exactly why I always say my role is not to push you to buy a property. My role is to help you understand whether it actually makes sense for you. Because one wrong decision here is not just a small mistake, it's something you carry for many years.